The Chicago Bulls have become the odds-on favorite to land James Harden. Let's talk about, should they get a deal done? What would that mean for this team as a whole? And why is James Harden's name so connected with the Bulls? All that and more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze, or I should say Chicago Bulls Breeze. Let's go. Now, if you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago Bulls daily on this channel. It's the only channel talk Chicago Bulls, our Bulls fans talk. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. So per Bovada, the Chicago Bulls are the odds-on favorite to land James Harden after all this mess is over. And all I have to say to that is, what? Why? Now, here's the thing. If the Chicago Bulls still feel like they need a point guard who's going to go out there and push this team to the next level, James Harden can be that. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that James Harden has zero basketball skill. That would be stupid. But you're not sitting there making decisions based on long-term plans, and you know that the money tied to James Harden is astronomical at this point. Is that somebody that you want your team to be tied to? I don't know if I even see AK doing this unless it's pennies on the dollar, unless Philly's willing to take some money off of it, because it just, what are you trading away? What are you going to swap out Zach or DeMar DeRozan for James Harden? I guess there is a scenario where I could see that being okay, but I don't really know if that's the move you want to make to start this season. Now, with all that being said, right, all the cons are James Harden is the con at this point, right? Like literally, he's conned all these teams into giving him all of this money, and it's fool's gold to me. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change the trajectory of the Chicago Bulls. I don't think that he's going to be somebody who's going to want to stay in Chicago long term. Like there's nothing about James Harden coming to Chicago that makes sense to me in the slightest. But on the flip side of this, right, if things do go south for the Chicago Bulls and you do want to end up moving DeMar DeRozan away from the team, and because I think that would be the trade piece that would go, you're not trading Zach, you just re-signed Vooch. Maybe I would assume it could be a part of something as well, but yeah, like I could see the Bulls packaging something to send to Philly just on some, we're just trying to clear house and get everything out of here and get something back for it, I guess. And the only logical sense that I can see out of any of it, is the fact that James Harden can be an assist leader in this NBA. You don't have to ask him to go out there and be the same James. Maybe him being more of a point guard type player can allow Zach LaVine to find his game as a catch and shoot guy, can also go out there and allow Patrick Williams to play that three position, and maybe it unlocks him in some way, because I know as much as everybody's so enamored with DeMar DeRozan spending time with these young guys, and that's the mentorship that they need. And I ain't saying James Harden is. Listen, I don't want to make the move. I don't like the deal in the slightest. I don't even like the fact the Bulls are attached to James Harden. But if we're being 100% about this, right, there is probably more shot opportunities on this team if Patrick Williams is paired up with James Harden than having Patrick Williams there with DeMar DeRozan. And if things do not go as planned, and we'll see tonight, right? Bulls have a big game tonight. We'll see what the plan is on all of this. If things do not go as planned, then you will be able to kind of say, okay, let's see what Pat has. Let's see what Kobe has. Maybe we can move Kobe to the 2, Zach to the 3. I think that you'd still be okay in that situation, or you leave everything stand pat right now and you move, right, like in that situation, I should say you stand pat, you move Kobe to the 2, Zach to the 3, P. Will's at the 4, Vooch is at the 5. You got James Harden on the team. There's some pick and roll action there that I like with Vooch. Like basketball wise, there are things that I like that he does, but it's not an answer, and that's what irritates me. We're sitting here talking about running things back, and we're sitting here talking about finding answers with old guys and older players and past their prime names and all of these things. And James Harden, maybe he can come in and play for a couple of years and give you some good minutes at that, but we know what James is when he gets to the playoffs. That's not going to change here in Chicago. Why would that change? What would be different about that? Now, if you wanted to have the conversation on, okay, we're going to move on from James, or we're going to move on from this entire unit, maybe you end up getting James Harden and a haul back as well for maybe a Zach LaVine or something like that, and you're talking about blowing this up from the studs, okay, maybe I could see that, right? Because you get James Harden here, he's on the last year of his deal, you end up moving him out anyway, it doesn't matter, we're resetting this thing with young guys, we're building through the draft, boom, everybody, it is what it is at that point, right? But day 2 of the season, day 3 of the season, I don't think that we should be having a conversation on James Harden being a piece here. And it blows my mind that he's the odds-on favorite. And I'm going to be honest with you, I really do believe that this is just based on the fact that the Bulls have contracts that they might move out that you can match with James Harden. It's the only thing. There's no logical sense in the NBA for anybody to trade for James Harden. Maybe that's the reason why the Bulls would trade for James Harden, right? Like, but hey, listen, I do want to know how you guys feel. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think the Chicago Bulls should go out and trade for James Harden? Do you think that he'd be a piece that would help this team? I don't know. I see that their thing. He's a good basketball player. He is. I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's not, but he's not the guy that I want to see in a Bulls jersey. And I think that the James Harden you wanted is 10 years ago James Harden. Let's not Jerry Reinsdorf this thing and go out and get guys who are well past their prime and call it a career, bro. Like, that's not what I'm looking to see the Bulls do. And knowing the Bulls, they'd re-sign him. Like, I'm so sick of having this same conversation. But like I said, man, let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. Do you think James Harden could help with this team? Do you think that at this point he's just, you know, the headache of the NBA and you need to send him somewhere? I mean, it would be so Bulls to do this. It'd pretty much cap off us being the laughing stock of the league. I don't know another scenario how you'd get it done. I don't, right? Like I guess if there's a scenario where it's James, Zach, DeMar, and Vooch, and you're just saying this is the team that we're going to put together and we're going to make a playoff run and go for it, all right. But it doesn't seem very much in AK's character. It doesn't seem very much in the Bulls' character as a whole. I don't even know if the Bulls are, like, who's tied to James that I don't even know if Mark Eversley likes James Harden. I guess that's where kind of the connection comes in. Like, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it happening. I think that this is all, you know, just speculation and stuff. But I've said that. I said that about Tony La Russa, and he managed my team for 2 seasons. So, hey, let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. As always, it's your boy, Pat the Designer. Back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. One love. Peace.